Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you how to use the new version of cFormula. We made lots of major changes in this version. If you have used the previous version or watched our previous introduction video for cFormula, you might know what it is, but if you didn't, I will just go and briefly explain what it is and how it works. cFormula is an indicator. It's a city-reader indicator that allows you to run mathematical formula over market data. You don't have to know how to code or write C hash code, which is the language that is used for C hash for cTrader Automate API. You just have to know an indicator mathematical formula and put it in cFormula, and it will manage everything. You just need to know some keywords out for using the price data. Now let's try and see what's new in this version of cFormula. First of all, cFormula now has two versions, which is one version is for one version has a separate window. It shows up on bottom of your chart, and the other version, the new version, is overlaid version, which is which shows its data on top of your current chart. Let's try the separated window formula. As you can see, when you search cFormula, you have now two versions. I will in this video I will use this normal version, but both are same. You can use both. If you can use same formula on both of the versions. Now let's try it. Okay, as you can see, there are no parameters for formulas like the previous version. We changed it because cTrader was not able to manage correctly instant change on a parameter value, and that was causing the indicator to crash. So instead of that method, now we use a file, a plain text file, to get the formulas for the indicator. Here we have the first parameter is start line number. This is the line number on your plain text file that the first formula starts. By default, the value is 1, and the next parameter is location. This is the formula file location, full file path. And now you will see how I will put the values on these two parameters. Okay, I have a text file. As you can see, it's called formulas.txt. It's located in here. You see the path on the title bar. I will copy the path of this file and put it on the cFormula indicator. Okay, full file path to clipboard. Okay, as you can see, I have the full file path here. Start line is to set to 1, default value. Now I will click to OK button. Okay, we have the indicator window, but nothing appear on it because we don't have any formula on our file. Now let's try write some basic constant numeric formulas. Okay, I will try something like this: -8 plus 2 divided by 4 multiplied by 9. Okay, let's see what's going to happen on our indicator if we save this file. Something I want to mention here: whenever you make a change on the file, the indicator monitor your file change. Whenever you make a change, the indicator updates its data. So if I save this file, okay, now you will see the data appears on our indicator. Okay, we have the first formula output line, this red line. It is at minus 3.5, which is the result of this formula. Okay, you will not use constant numeric values on your formulas like this. You will use market data instead. It's just for the purpose of explaining how it works. Okay, now one new feature that we talked about in previous version that we want to add on next versions, it's added on this version, is using other formulas output value as input on another formula. So we have the first formula, as you can see. Now let's use the result value of that formula on our next formula. The way we can do that is type a dollar symbol, then f, which means the formula, then the number of formula. Here we type 1, which is the first formula, plus you can use any other mathematical expression, functions, or anything like 9. Okay, let's see the result. Okay, We have the second formula output line, the yellow line. It appears here. It's +9 of the first formula. Okay. There is a limitation. You have to know. You can't use suppose the second formula output in first formula, because the second formula output is not calculated yet, so you can't use its value on first formula. But you can use the first formula output on second formula, third formula, fourth formula, or fifth formula. The same way you can use the second formula output in third formula, fourth formula, fifth formula, and same for other formulas. Now let's try some using some market data instead of constant numeric values. Okay, what we can do is here, let's get the let's get a bar range. Okay, which is the high minus low of a bar. Current, which means the current sample, dot current, which means the current short time frame, dot high, which means the high price series data, bracket 0 means the current bar, the bar that's available on that period, minus current dot low, which is the low price series, 0. Okay, this will give us the each bar range. If we save the file and we see, okay, now we have each bar range. Suppose we want to get not the current bar range, we want to get the previous bar range. Let me explain this a little bit to make it clear. Now here, this is this first bearish bar, the range is around 66 pips. Okay, so how much is here? Let me put a horizontal line here, 66. Now a vertical line here. As you can see, it shows the range in terms of price, not in terms of pips. We can change this to pips in our formula if we add something like this. Let me show you. We put a bracket, now we put a parenthesis, then multiplication, then dollar pow, which means power function. And this is the new feature in cFormula 2.0, which allows you to use some built-in functions like power, sum, range, and average, standard deviation, correlation, covariance, variance, skewness, cortices, and some other formulas. Now let's try it. Okay, we set the first value, which is will be raised to a power. The next value is the power value. Here we type current dot digits digits -1. Okay, what does it mean? It means multiply the range of a bar to 10 to power of current sample digits -1. What's the current sample digits? For in our case, it's a euro pound. The euro pound digits, we can count it here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The digits are 5. If we minus 1 this value, it will be 4. So we will multiply our result to 10,000, which will help us to get rid of 4 decimal points and give us the pips value instead of price. Okay, now let's save this and see what's going to happen on our chart. Okay, now we have it in terms of pips. I have to change this value to 66. Okay, we have it, 66. Now let's try something else. Okay, instead of this, let's do something else. Let's try to use the standard deviation function, std. Okay, you can find the list of all the supported functions of cFormula in its documentation functions page. Each function is described very well with what kind of parameters each function accepts, and you can read it to know more about functions. For now, we just you can, if you don't know about functions, just ignore it, and once you started using cFormula, you can read the documentation to know more about functions. The STD gives the standard deviation of a vector for us. The vector can be a price series or a tech volume series or anything else. Okay, so let's get the standard deviation of last 10 bars close prices. How we can do that? We first type dollar sign, then std, then parentheses, then current, which means current sample, dot current, which means current time frame, dot close, which means the close prices series, bracket. Inside the bracket, what we can do is we set how many previous bars we want to give to this function. Okay, we start from 0, the current bar, to 10, which means 10 previous bars. This current function gives us the 10 previous bar standard deviation value. And then let's let's remove this power part. We will add it again next because we want to change the price into pips. Here is the standard deviation value. It was our formula, and it shows the 10 previous value standard deviation. Now let's try to look at correlation between euro pound and pound USD 10 previous bars. Okay, uh, we can use the dollar core or correlation function for that. The correlation function accepts two parameters, which is the first series of values and the second series of values. For first series, we type this current, which means the current sample, which is euro pound dot current time frame dot close prices 0 to 10. And for the next parameter, we type pound USD dot current time frame close price series 0 to 10. It should give us the correlation between euro pound and pound USD last 10 close prices. Okay, save the file, we will see the result. As you can see, this is the correlation function result. It's always between -1 and 1. The same way you can use any of the cFormula functions. Please check the documentation for more functions and help us to find bugs and fix the bugs of the cFormula, because it may contain lots of bugs, and we want to hear from you your suggestions, what kind of more functions we should add. In next versions, we will try to add some of the cTrader built-in indicators, so you will be able to use cTrader indicators the same way you're using the cFormula functions. This video ends here. Please leave a comment or contact us if you have any question or you want us to implement a new or custom feature. Bye everyone.